Hi, I'm Luke. I'm back with another fragrance video. This video is going to be on the top 10 safe standout fragrances. First up is Shawn Mendes Signature. To my nose this smells a lot like cotton candy, and when I smell it, it puts me at some music festival or a carnival or circus. It's very sweet and very fresh, which makes it very mass appealing, but at the same time there isn't a whole lot that smell like it, and it will get attention. And as you can see, I have worn this quite a bit as well, so it is definitely safe and will definitely make you stand out. So, Shawn Mendes Signature. Next up is Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Cologne. This is a creamy, fresh almond fragrance to my nose, and it smells very expensive and it's extremely well blended. Unfortunately, it is discontinued, so if you want to get a bottle of this, you should get a bottle of it now before the prices go up. It's a absolute gem, and it is a massive pity and a big mistake on Guerlain's part to discontinue this, because like I said, it smells very expensive and would sell a lot if they hadn't discontinued it. There's not much else to say. It's very fresh, very clean, but it smells very complex as well. There's depth to it, but it's very mass appealing with how elegant it comes across. It smells very, it smells very expensive, and it's definitely worth picking up before prices go up because of it being discontinued. So, Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Cologne. Next up is Acqua di Parma Colonia Essenza. This is a very old school barbershop type fragrance that has sharpness to it that makes it get noticed, and it's very mass appealing with it being a barbershop fragrance. Like, it won't offend anyone, but at the same time the sharpness that this fragrance has gives it a lot of depth as well, which is not something that I would see a lot in barbershop fragrances. So, Acqua di Parma Colonia Essenza, it will get noticed because of that sharpness, and it is definitely mass appealing due to the barbershop DNA that it has. Next is Bulgari Man Wood Essence. The whole Bulgari Man line is very mass appealing, and the addition of woods in this makes it smell very elegant and makes it stand out from the line, but it still maintains that mass appeal as well, and it's not as harsh as some of the others in the line, like Bulgari Man in Black or Man Black Orient, which wouldn't be as mass appealing, but this one is toned down and isn't kind of spicy or a lot of leather in it, so this is definitely mass appealing, but also will make you stand out because of the woods. It's very masculine as well. So, Bulgari Man and Man Wood Essence. Next is Issey Miyake Nuit d'Issey Noir Argent, and this smells really, really good. It might not be the most mass appealing on the list, but its performance isn't like beast mode, which makes the fragrance a little bit more mass appealing. The scent profile alone isn't super mass appealing. To me, it smells kind of like black licorice, but that once the initial spray sort of is a kind of chemically at the start, but that dries down and gets a bit of a black licorice smell, but that kind of goes away through the mid and into the dry down. So Nuit Dizzy Noir Argent by Issey Miyake, it will definitely get you noticed because of that kind of sweet, dark, resonance, black licorice type of scent profile, but at the same time its performance makes that scent profile a little bit more mass appealing. It will get noticed and it will more than likely not offend anyone. So it's a very safe fragrance to wear, but at the same time it's probably one of the less safe fragrances on the list. Next up is Parfums de Marly Percival, and this smells very similar, or is in the same ballpark to Chanel Allure Homme Sport Show Extreme. They don't smell the same by any means, but they go along the same lines, and it's very fresh and clean, which makes it very mass appealing, but at the same time there's a little bit of sweetness to it, and it has a depth that will get it noticed, and the performance is very good on this as well. It projects about this much for the first just about hour and a half to 2 hours, and then gets kind of a skin scent up till about 8-9 hours, so it performs very well for a fresh fragrance. You can't really go wrong with Percival, in my opinion. It's the safest from the house Parfums de Marly, which is my favourite fragrance house. So Parfums de Marly Percival. Next up is Calvin Klein CK1 Shock. This will get noticed because of the tobacco, but it's a very wearable tobacco fragrance. Has a lot of mass appeal because of that CK1 DNA, but that tobacco gives it depth that will get it noticed, so it's a very good dumb reach daily fragrance that will get noticed. It's not something that everyone's going to wear either, so none of these really are ones that everyone's going to wear, at least not within the fragrance community. So outside of the fragrance community, people won't really be wearing these fragrances. So next is Hugo Boss Bottled Unlimited, and this is the Boss Bottled DNA, which is very mass appealing and has depth to it as it is. So it's also, the DNA is just very safe and very mass appealing, but at the same time it will stand out, and the addition of the mandarin in here, or the orange, I'm not sure which, but it brightens the DNA up and makes the Boss Bottle DNA very wearable, but also makes it stand out more as well. I think this is quite slept on. This isn't really talked about a whole lot, but it's definitely worth checking out. Boss Bottled Unlimited. The Boss Bottled Intense is probably the one that most people will know from the line, but this is definitely worth checking out. It's definitely very different as well from Boss Bottled Intense. They're nowhere near the same. They kind of they have the same DNA, obviously, from the Boss Bottled DNA, but this, with the addition of that bright orange mandarin in this, makes it very wearable and very different, and makes it stand out from the rest of the Boss Bottle line. Just makes it stand out in general. It performs quite well for being a citrus based fragrance as well, with the orange. It lasts about 6 hours and projects probably about this much, so it's definitely a slept on one that I feel that should be talked about a little bit more, because the Boss Bottled Intense is very good, and this takes it in a completely different direction with the addition of the orange. This Boss Bottled Unlimited by Hugo Boss. Next is Bentley Momentum Intense. This is sweet and fresh, and those are the most mass appeal. That type of DNA is the most mass appeal. It's going to be liked by most people, and this does it in a very unique way. It smells kind of grassy, but it smells sweet and fresh as well. It smells like you're in a meadow, and you're kind of getting a breeze of those flowers, and probably hives around with honey. So it doesn't have honey, but it puts you in that kind of ballpark of what kind of scene you'd imagine when you're smelling this. So you're in a meadow with kind of a lot of fresh grass and flowers growing in full bloom, with hives around, with the sweetness from the honey coming in with the breeze. It's very mass appealing and definitely very unique as well, and it's very well blended. It smells very expensive for how much it is. The price, it's about 35-40 euro. Bentley Momentum Intense. It smells very niche, just like most Bentleys, to be fair. They're very, very good quality for the price, Bentley in general. Like with Bentley for Men Intense, there's a few others, but like Azure or Black Edition. Yeah, so Bentley Momentum Intense. And last is John Varvatos Vintage. The rhubarb in this is absolutely beautiful. It makes the fragrance smell so elegant. It's really, really safe, but at the same time it's incredibly unique, because rhubarb is not a note used in fragrance a lot. And thank you to Justin from JC Copeland for bringing attention to this, because it is an absolute hidden gem that if he hadn't have talked about, I wouldn't have found. And the only other person that's talked about this would be Dallas from Chaos Fragrances. Those are the only two people that I've seen talk about this. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's definitely, you can wear it for absolutely anything. You can wear this with jeans and a t-shirt, you can wear this with shorts and a t-shirt, you can wear this with a suit, you can wear this in the office. It's super versatile, it's super safe, but it's incredibly unique and will definitely make you stand out. So John Varvatos Vintage. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.